Tom Brady is retired, and yet no one believes that he's going to stay retired. No one believes it. There's been reports that he really had a falling out with Bruce Arians, and that, everyone knows he wanted to play for the Niners. So Mike Florio, Pro Football Talk, wrote an article yesterday, very interesting, called "Yes, I Think Tom Brady Will End Up with the 49ers." I'll just read it real quick because it's very interesting. I think Tom Brady will play for the Niners in 2022, says Mike Florio. I don't know that he will. I'm not predicting that he will, but I have a feeling that he will. If he doesn't, he doesn't. If he does, many will be surprised. I won't be. What a way to hedge your bets right off the bat.
Yeah.
It shouldn't really surprise anyone. What have we heard over and over regarding Brady's football career? What more does he have to prove? Nothing. But he has never played for the team he grew up rooting for, and that team, the Niners, has a Super Bowl ready roster just at a quarterback. Jimmy Garoppolo presided over a blown 10-point fourth quarter lead in the Super Bowl 2 years ago. He then presided over a blown 10-point fourth quarter lead in the NFC Championship 22 days ago. Rookie Trey Lance may or may not be ready to, and they don't finish this. He probably should proofread. Why not spend a year with Brady? The 49ers were his first choice when he became a free agent in 2020, but the Niners said no thanks. They surely regret it. Now they may have a chance to rectify it. It won't be easy. The Buccaneers hold Brady's rights, but if Brady wants out, would they deny him that opportunity? He delivered a Super Bowl win. He filled the stadium in 2021. He signed an extension last year for cap reasons. Would they tell him tough crap if he asked to be traded or released? For now, he's retired, even though he never used the word, and even though he never said never say never, even though he said never say never, here's the reality. If Brady doesn't join the Niners now, he never will. So yes, I've got a feeling he wants to do it, and that by week 1, he will. Kind of a bold article by Mike Florio, a bold headline, and he kind of hedges bets along the way, but still, he thinks Brady to the Niners because he has nothing left to prove in the NFL, especially in Tampa. The only thing left would be a sentimental last ride on the Niners. Do you buy it?
I'm gonna say I don't see it happening, and I just think. Okay, a couple things. First of all, I think that the Niners spurned him back in, whether it was 2019,
2020.
Brady is not that, doesn't seem, or hasn't been the type to kind of let that kind of just brush off and go away, right? So
right.
Now I think the big reason why he wanted to play for the Niners, obviously it's his childhood team, but I think the bigger thing was he wanted it to make it easier for his parents to watch him play. It was really, I think it was really a move for his parents.
Yeah.
Now that's still on the table. Like he could, that whole idea or concept could supersede any feelings he's had towards Kyle. He could just say, screw it. I'll just suck it up and this time and make the relationship work. But that typically hasn't been his MO in the past. The other thing was there's a story that come out with Bruce regarding Bruce Arians, how Bruce Arians would come in and wipe out the game plan and all of that. I could easily see that a situation with Kyle, right? I mean,
that's exactly what I want to say.
If you're having issues with Bruce Arians,
you're mad that Bruce Arians is editing your game plan. Like you're not even going to get a say. You're just going to get the game plan from Kyle Shanahan. Run it,
right?
Make it work.
So are you ready for that?
Yeah.
Is Brady ready for that? And is Kyle ready for the kickback from Brady?
That's my question, man. If Kyle didn't want Brady 2 years ago, you sure he wants him now? Are you sure? Because I think the reason he didn't want Brady 2 years ago was too powerful, didn't fit the system, couldn't do the rollouts and the bootlegs. I mean, has any of that changed? Now he's just 2 years older. I definitely thought they should have signed him 2 years ago. The Niners disagreed. Kyle's very stubborn. I've never really seen him do an about face and say, actually, I was wrong. Let me do the opposite of what I did 2 years ago. I've never seen him do something like that. To me, he wants to coach Trey Lance. He wanted to coach Lance last year, and the team said, nah. And he was like, okay, fine, we'll do it your way. Now he wants to coach Lance. Lance is a very gifted quarterback who won't talk back at this point. He can't. He's 22. He's just basically saying, yes, Kyle, whatever, Kyle, sure, Kyle, I'll do it. And I think that's Kyle's dream, is a really talented quarterback who just says, yes, sir, yes, sir. Sir, yes, sir. Period. Not Tom. Tom is older than Kyle. Tom knows more football than Kyle. I don't think Kyle wants Tom telling, what the hell are you talking about? Right? I don't think he wants anyone talking to him like that.
Right.
I don't buy
it. And Trey is also the first. It's really the first quarterback that aside from maybe Cousins, but Cousins wasn't the initial pick by the Shanahan camp that year. It was forced on RG3 was forced on him, but this is really the first quarterback that he's really chosen. Like, hey, you're going to be the franchise guy, and is he willing to like throw that away for Tom Brady, especially by reports in the past? Is he wanted Kirk Cousins in free agency, and then they were able to work out the Jimmy Garoppolo trade, so he had to put that aside, take on Garoppolo. So Garoppolo wasn't really the guy that he wanted before. So he's going to do that again when he has his guy in the building that they just traded for. I don't see it.
Also, Florio says, they said no thanks to Brady 2 years ago, and now they surely regret it. I don't think Kyle does. I mean, Kyle has never second-guessed himself a day in his life. And I mean, that's the Kyle I perceive. So maybe Jay York regrets it. Maybe John Lynch regrets it. But as long as Kyle's the most powerful person on the football side of things, I can see him making the same decision this year. Like, you know what? No. I'm ready.
And honestly, I don't really necessarily know that it's the wrong one, because you can't go general philosophy in life for me is like you can't go chasing the mistakes of the past, because the mistake that you made 5 years ago isn't like that decision is not if you bring the decision to today, it's not the same. The variables are different. It's not apples to apples. They've got Trey Lance in the building before they had Jimmy Garoppolo. I don't think it's the same. You're going to keep putting this kid's development off. If it's a kid you believe in, I know it's Tom Brady, but you might be sitting on someone. If he doesn't have to be, Trey Lance doesn't have to be equal to Tom Brady, right? He doesn't have to be. If he's better than Jimmy Garoppolo, this team is gonna go some.
Here's another problem with this scenario. And again, I would, if I were Kyle Shanahan, John Lynch, I would bring in Tom Brady. I wouldn't overthink this one. But Kyle already said no once.
Mm.
Kyle already said no once, and the point I was going to make just escaped me. But it was a really good one. It was going to be a clincher. Oh, well. What was I going to say? Yeah. Kyle, it is a good point. Okay, so Kyle really believes it takes 2 years to learn the system. Like he really didn't. I think that's the main reason he didn't want Trey to play. He takes 2 years to learn my system. He's so big on his system. If you bring in Brady, it's like, screw your system, man. We're using Brady's system. He's not going to spend a year learning your verbiage. Everything's going to be Brady's. I don't think Kyle's ready to do that. It's just like Brady's the offensive coordinator. Forget what I was doing. All the stuff we were installing the last 5 years and building on, we're going to put that on hold for a year and just do what Brady wants to do. That's what you kind of have to do with him because it works and you win the Super Bowl. But I don't think Kyle's ready to let go like that.
No, I believe that's what Tampa did, right? Tampa started out, they're using Bruce Arians stuff, and then they started to implement what Tom Brady wanted to do, and then they started.
Yeah, that's what you do. And again, I don't see Kyle doing that. He didn't want to do it 2 years ago. I don't think he wants to do it now. I think he'd rather go with Trey Lance, who's been in his system a year and knows how to do things his way, theoretically, than have the greatest quarterback of all time or his era. Can't say that around Niner fans. Okay. I'm guessing Rodgers is retiring this week and that Brady will never play for the 49ers. I think Florio's wrong.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, Florio's been wrong about Niner quarterbacks in the past too. So
I like what Florio does. He likes to put the pressure to the Niners, and I think he knows that people are second guessing the hell out of Trey Lance, and he's trying to up the ante and be like, "Well, I think they're going to go after Tom Brady, and if they don't, he's going to be like, well, why'd you pass on Brady? That opportunity was there. You had options. You didn't have to go. He's setting the Niners up for a big criticism. I like. I see where he's 40.
Yeah. I mean, I like Florio. It's kind of annoys me. That's true.